do you remember that I talked about sending one of two Fantastic Four comic books in to be graded, either 48 or 52? And I decided on 52. Well, I got it back, plus two other books that I sent in. So we have a CGC unboxing. Stay tuned for the video. Anachronic. Hi comic book fans, I'm Joe and welcome to Anachronic Comics. So, as I mentioned in the intro, I did get back that Fantastic Four number 52, and we'll take a look at it along with two other books that I had sent in. I sent in a Shadow number 1, the first DC series, I think, for the Shadow. That's a book that I had in my collection that I bought back in 1973. And a book that I picked up at a local comic book shop, which was Black Lightning number 1 from 1977. Both of those books, I think the Shadow probably was in better condition. So we'll take a look and see what we've got. Some of them had some creasing and things like that, so I'm not expecting high grade. So I think the Shadow could be at least a 9.0 or 8.5, I think at least. Black Lightning, I'm not really sure. I don't think it'll be a high grade, but hopefully it'll be at least a 6 or a 7. So I haven't opened these up, so let's open it up. I don't know which one this is. But we'll take them in stride. All right, and we'll see what we got. Okay, and let's see if I can take this out without looking at the grade necessarily and see what it is. Okay, this is the Black Lightning. As I said, I'm hopeful that it'll be close to an 8, but I'm not really sure what it's going to be. So let's see what it is. Well, it's not as good as I was hoping. So there we go. Black Lightning from April of 1977. And let me take it out of the plastic. And what we got was a 6.5. All right. And it is white pages, though. 6.5 white pages. All right. And there are some issues. I mean, I could clearly see the issues. There's some spine stress. There are creases that are breaking the color. I mean, I did what I could to clean it. I think there was some color loss as well. But it's the origin and first appearance of Black Lightning, Jefferson Pierce, and first appearance of Peter Gamby and Tobias Whale. So it's a book I'm going to keep in my collection, and I think it's one that's worth preserving. I was hoping for closer to an 8, but that was kind of wishful thinking, I think, with respect to the issues that this comic book had. But it has white pages, so that's pretty cool. All right, so that's good. So that's the first one, and I think that's considered the modern one. The Shadow and obviously the Fantastic Four are both vintage books, and they must be in the other box. And before we get to the Fantastic Four, I will show you my prediction that I had in the video. And I'll put a link to the video also in case you guys want to take a look at it and see why I decided to send the FF52 instead of the FF49. I'm sorry, 48 from my boyhood collection. A lot of box action here. A lot of bubble action. All right, we'll try to hold on to the FF for the last one. So let's see, again, if I can pull it out and get the... Okay, we'll do the Shadow first, which is on top, which is good. And I'll put the FF down here. Okay, so the Shadow. All right, not bad. Better than I thought. I was hoping for an 8.5 or as close to a 9 as I could, because I thought I bought multiple copies of this book for some reason. I guess it was my first effort in speculation back in 1973. And I've given a bunch of them away because I have so many. It's not really worth a ton of money, but it was important to me because, again, it's one of my boyhood collection ones. So for this Shadow number 1, I still think it looks pretty good. It's a 9.2, all right? And it's off-white pages. Look at that, all right? Off-white pages, all right? So, looking at it, there's some spine, definitely some spine stress here, and there's some spine stress, and there's a little bit of there's some creases on the bottom. I knew that was the case because it did come in one of those folded mailers, and I did my best to get out the crease. I guess I did a fairly good job. Really can't see it. All right, there is, this is sad here because I did I did some spot pressing with my iron, and I thought I got it as flat as I could without going through a full humidifying and press. But I'm looking at it here, and there's a little bit of a dent, color dent, no, not color breaking right here, right? And I asked CGC to do a clean and press as well. So I don't know what that's about. But you know what? Denny O'Neill's story and a Michael Kaluta cover. First appearance of the Shadow, Shrevey, Margot Lane, and Harry Vincent. All right. Shadow number 1 from November of 1973. So I'm really happy with that. You always find something to nitpick about, right? But I'm really happy with the grade on this. Okay. Now, the Fantastic Four. Number 52, the first appearance of the Black Panther. All right, this is a book that I bought back in 1966, part of my Fantastic Four collection, some of which I bought from my friend, others that I bought myself, and that I was able to retain once my family moved away from our apartment in Manhattan. So I wanted to send in one of these 2 books, and I did decide on the Fantastic Four 52. Let's take a look at the video and see what my prediction was. Looks pretty good. There are some issues here which a regular press I think would clear out. And I did clean the back. Looks much better than it did before. All right. The issue that this one has, and I spoke to Jerry the Jitterbug about it, is besides it looks like there might have been some tape or something here. It's very rough on this end. And there is a little bit of damage here at the bottom. Very rough on this end. But when you take a look inside, as I showed you earlier, there is this kind of stain, just like on the FF48, that goes along the bottom. All right? And there is a little bit of a rip here at the bottom, too. So it's not going to be a high grade by any means. But I would be hoping for a 4 on this one as well. Okay, so my prediction was a 4.0. All right? And I knew that there were some issues. There was a small spine break at the bottom. There was some color breaks in there as well. I guess you call it a light spine split just at the bottom. I think it was probably about half an inch, something like that. And there was that stain at the bottom, if you remember, that I asked Jerry the Jitterbug about. And we decided that we weren't going to touch it. And it went throughout the entire book. And I have other books that are like that too, so I'm not sure what happened to those books back in the 1960s. So let's see what we got here. So I predicted a 4.0, and we got a 4.5. 4.5. So I'm happy with that. It's pretty much a black cover, which makes it even more difficult. And there were a lot of things with this. Besides the spine split, this staple down here was kind of hanging on, a little bit. And if you take a look here, I don't know how much of it you can see, try to get the glare out there. But along the edge here, you could see that there's some issues with the breaks here and so forth. And let's see if I see anything else. Yeah, there's some stuff at the bottom too, but It beat my estimate, which I'm always happy about. You always want more. But, you know, in my collection, if I get anything north of a 4, I'm really happy with it. So that's it. So we got Fantastic Four number 52. And, oh, it's off-white to white pages. All right, 4.5. We got The Shadow number 1 from 1977. And 9.2 off-white pages. And finally, the modern book, the one that I'm a bit disappointed with, the grade. We have Black Lightning number 1 from 1977, from April 1977, where we got a 6.5 and white pages on it. So, all in all, not bad. CGC unboxing. Pretty happy. A little disappointed, but that's okay. It's a book I'm going to keep in the collection, Black Lightning number 1. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Now, one other thing. If you haven't decided yet whether or not you want to become a channel member, remember, it's $1.99 a month, and all the money I collect goes to charity, to St. Jude's Research Hospital for Children and to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Also, anything you buy from my store, including this beautiful red Anachronic Comics t-shirt, all the money that I get, all the profit I get, goes to those two charities. So please think about it. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Be well, and I'll see you soon.